you understand how it is, like, the boy you have a crush on and stuff like that, like normal teenage love romance. But
Mm-hmm.
it was the sex scenes were almost like,
Everybody say Jumoke is a loose girl. Jumoke is a loose girl. But Jumoke got the juice. I just can't seem to cut her loose. I know say Jumoke, you a loose girl. Jumoke, you a loose girl. But Jumoke got the juice. Squeeze fresh from the forbidden fruit. Yeah.
All right, guys, welcome back to Tea or Pepper Soup. As today hot, today I have my usual co-host, Jenny. I am Jules. You're welcome. Today we're doing another review. We're going to be reviewing the Netflix ballet movie or dance movie, however you want to call it, Pretty Tiny Things. But before we get to the review proper, take out the time, smash that like button as it helps this channel a lot. And also do not forget to subscribe, click your notification bell so you do not miss any more of us. Now, let's get to it. Okay, I saw Pretty Tiny Things a while ago. You just finished it or whatever. What did you think?
the name, pretty tiny things, or tiny pretty things.
Pretty Tiny Things. I think it's what? Are we getting the name wrong? It's not Pretty
Please, you
Tiny
need to
Things. Tiny Pretty Things.
describe it, because I know you're always getting it wrong. You're always getting it wrong.
What is the
And then
name? Now you may know the name. What's the name?
I don't know. Every time I see you are wrong. So I don't know now if you're actually right. I can't tell if you're
Pretty.
think the
Tiny
tiny
Pretty
thing.
Things.
Mm,
I'm wrong.
yeah,
Girl, if I not vibe movie, I don't understand. The name does not stick with me. It's Tiny Pretty Things. Yes, what do you think
not a
about
good
Tiny
idea.
Pretty Things? Hmm? No, it's cool. It's fine. It's all part of the process. What do you think
Okay.
about Tiny Pretty Things?
Um, it was okay. I think it took me like a few episodes to get in the vibe.
I think the
I
first
think
episode got me in the vibe. The rest episode, my vibe died. Then maybe the last episode, I saw some character growth, but nothing enough to for me to be sitting and saying, "Oh, when is season 2 coming out?"
yeah. Mm,
I felt like
mm,
the dance part of the show I liked from what I have read about it. The actors were real dancers. It's not like they just brought actors; they actually cast real dancers for the role. The dancing part was phenomenal, and I wish they focused on that and they focused on the growth. There's one thing that ticked me off throughout watching the show. I know sex sells. If anything, Bridgerton has taught us, or some other shows, even movie Spartacus, sex sells. But Tiny Pretty Things, some of the sex scenes were uncalled for. It was like,
mm.
oh, we're getting sexy. Or something happened, we've not had enough conversation. We're getting sexy or something that is a make out since I felt like they laid heavy on the sex thing. And mind you, these people were supposed to be teenagers. They laid heavily on the sex thing when it wasn't necessary for me. I felt like it was too much. I started even fast forwarding sexing, which is very unusual for me. Sexing is something I'm like, ooh, they want to get sexy. Let me see. But I found myself fast forwarding through it. It's almost like, ugh, another sexing will come again. So for me, I felt it was too much. I heard the story, it was adapted from a book. I haven't read the book, so I don't know how well the book was received that they started doing a show, or if the show actually followed the book to the letter. But all in all, it was a disappointing show, and I don't know. Then, if you want to talk about character growth, for me, the only person that grew character wise was June, the Asian British girl that was kind of confused and her mother left her. I felt that was the character growth I saw. Like she started fighting for herself. Even with her character growth, she was a confused being. It's like, oh, you're nice to me now, we are friends. Then tomorrow something happens. Oh, you're trying to sabotage me, and I'm like, what is this? Then who else? The main character, what's her name? Nevea. I feel there was no growth. It was flat. It was like you came to a new school and you just started picking fights with everything.
I feel like that's the regular, black people, they're always on defense mode. They don't even attack, defense, everything. So at the end of the day, like you said, the man, I've kind of forgot all the points you made.
No character growth. They leaned too much on the sex. The only person I felt grew in sort of way which was kind of misconstrued was June, the British girl.
Okay, yeah, the sex things. What I thought about those was it was I thought, as teenagers, I thought it would lean towards more romance, kids, oh, I like him so much, that kind of stuff. Oh, this one is admiring this. Like, you understand how it is, like, the boy you have a crush on and stuff like that, like normal teenage love romance. But it was the sex scenes were almost like adults movie kind of things, even though it was uncomfortable.
Yes, it was uncomfortable watching like porn. Like they will just give you small prelude and let's jump into the sex. That's what the whole thing was for me. I'm like, "Ugh, what kind of soft
no
porn is
romance.
this?" There
There
was
was no
I don't
romance.
think they were trying to give anybody romance, but I
The
felt
purpose
like
is the building love stories when you understand and the love stories are not strong, and then you just go straight to sex. It's like we need to we need to connect on some levels. As I, for one, I'm not a ballerina, so I don't, necessarily. I'm just like, oh, nice. I don't know anything about it. I just watch a movie. I don't know if you even make a wrong turn. I don't know what that is. You understand? So at the end of the day, I felt like they should have been able to give something. And me just looking on as a regular person, like I said, I'm not a ballerina. So you need to give me something to get me locked in. You understand? So you need to either, play out one love story. The other girl, maybe she was with I've forgotten their name. That maybe Navia, she liked him secretly, something hot, you know.
I felt going into the movie and I saw that they were ballerinas. I swear, if I wasn't growing up in this country, I probably would have tried ballet. I liked it, but I didn't have resources to go into ballet. So I felt maybe they were going to show us the struggles of ballerina, and in the ballet world, the men are not as successful as the women. Maybe they will show us all of that, like a well-rounded show. And then when they brought Nevea as the lead, like, oh, she was admitted because something bad happened. I was like, oh, they're going to show the struggles of being a black woman in the ballet world. We don't have a lot of famous black ballerinas, and most of the time you hear things in ballet like, oh, a black girl dropped out because of her body. We tend to grow the boobs, the ass, which don't grow well with ballet. So I felt those were things they were going to lean into and talk about, but instead I got too many uncomfortable sex scenes, to be honest. And then the murder mystery or attempted murder mystery story they tried to use to lure people in fell flat. All I got was a police officer that was overly obsessive. At one point, I thought the girl was even related to her, and then I realized the girl wasn't related to her. She was just kind of hijacking our own story onto the girl's story. I don't know why. A case was closed and the police officer just keeps showing up and showing up and showing up. I don't know how they wanted to sell that story to viewers, but the police officer thing came too strong. I'm like, really, in real life, is there any police officer that just dig and dig and dig and dig and dig?
Yeah, there are some people because like she is what's the word? Trying to relate with what had happened in her life. That's why, a lot of people are in the police force or doing something out of fulfillment. So she is just trying to want to solve that case to make her feel better about what had happened to her partner. So that's yeah, a lot of people go through that, trying to, like, if I solve this case, I might feel better. You
For not
understand? Because she
saving my girlfriend. Look, I understand your explanation, but I felt they could have written a character better. You didn't care. She just came off as obsessive for me. You showed up at a private party to accost a teenager. You kept going to the
But that's not why she
Matos
came, though.
girls.
That's not why she came.
Why did she come?
That's not why she came. You know, that was a mistake. Do you understand? Because of what they were feeding her at the time when she was there, you know, when they were trying to, you know, well, it's just that wasn't why she was there. She didn't come there to catch someone. She actually did enjoy the
Did
show.
she
And then
come
after
there to put an eye on what is the French boy, another flat character, I've forgotten his name, on him?
Emil? What?
Oh,
The
girl, I don't
European-
know.
Well, like I said, for those the cast, they were too. I didn't even buy that they were teenagers. Only when they say it. That they are teenagers,
Because
that's
they
what I mean.
made everything too mature. I don't even think it's the cast that is the problem. I don't even think it's the actors that is the problem. I think the writing and the directing is the problem.
The cast, they actually look real mature. Like they didn't try to play down with the way they came off. And you know, white people, sorry to say, they usually are very good at, you know, downplaying their age or whatever she was and stuff like that. Again, like just like you said, the storyline wasn't well aligned.
So
was
many
just
things
really
were
bad.
just being thrown there like it was a normal thing. Even statutory rape. Like, how is an adult sleeping with a kid? An okay thing that is just thrown there in a movie and nobody's addressing the fact that you are an old woman and you are basically raping this boy. So I don't know. I had a lot of issues with the movie. Anyways,
No, don't
on
raping the boy because you know, they keep lowering the age of consent in different places. So
we were in
that's one thing.
America, the age of consent, I'm pretty sure it's not there yet. At least the age is playing.
No, there are a lot of places 16, 15. Every state in the US have like their own rules. It's not like one thing tied to all of them. So it could be that he's already at the age of consent because, well, he's still a child, no matter how you look at it. But it wasn't something that there are a lot of kids like that, you know, just have attraction to older people. That's normal. So
it's normal.
again,
I'm not saying it from the boy's point of view. From his point of view, he's not being raped, he's having a relationship, is consensual. But from the law point of view, they don't, as far as it's not up to that age, his consent doesn't count.
Up to what age?
I don't know. For me, I think the age is 18. But here you are telling me about people having in the United States, they have different. They were in Chicago at the time. Please, can we check what age it is for Chicago?
Yeah, they do. They have 16, they have 15. Some states, they even try to keep lowering it and all that stuff. So yeah, that's how it works. And when you are there, you are there. There's nothing if, you know, you are at that age.
Oh, it might be in the age, oh. Said 17.
So it might not be, unless, because she would not risk so much, though it's still a risk for her, just her reputation per se, but she wouldn't be going to jail because she slept, as long as it's at that age. You understand what I mean? So she wouldn't be wanting to break any law, because if you notice, he was the one actually really coming for her strong. Like he was really, he doesn't know that that's not love, but you know, he was really into her.
Can we talk about the choreographer, Ramon Costa? What's his deal? I feel like there's supposed to be a dark secret they're trying to play with his character, and he still went bleh.
The fact that he's June's dad, that was just unnecessary.
Like, why did that story have to come in twisted? We didn't need that. Like, nobody needed it. When the mom went to get the flower, this thing.
Yeah, when she tried
we didn't need that storyline. When she and her daughter were in a family court, she was saying she got pregnant and her parents chased her out and she had to fend for herself. But now we're finding out she was actually a career woman that just went to sleep with a man to have a child. Man, the story is not the connect. So,
to be sincere with you, just like we said, you know, some time ago in one of our videos, like, Netflix just be buying into any and everything that they see. They're not like venting these shows, and the way it's just like it was #1 here for a while. I'm like,
Seriously.
hmm. And then I told you I was struggling to finish it, but I'm like,
It was
we
a
need
struggle
to
to finish it. That's why we're doing this review so late. It took us a while. A while
It took
to go
me
through that.
I kind of broke it up and then went to like
It was an assignment.
finished
I started
it.
doing an episode a day at least.
I went ahead and finished one Asian 20 episode, 20 hours series before I came back to it. I'm like, if I don't finish this, you would kill me. Let me go and finish it. So yeah, that's about it. It was boring. I know they're coming strong on season 2 because they
Are they
did
doing
sell on
season 2?
Netflix.
Oh
They
no!
obviously
Why,
will.
people? Why?
Yeah, you know how they
Questionnaire, take a
you know,
survey. Yes, it was selling in Netflix. The people actually like it.
Nobody cares. They just look at the rating. People don't vote on do you like it? No. You watched it and they see that people watched it to the end, just like we talk about the algorithm. So if they watch it to the end, which means they're into it. So if everyone is watching it to the end, that's all Netflix needs to see. They need to say, oh, we got 20 million views in the first
You're
week
right.
this was
They're actually
released.
going to do season 2. For the Lord.
Yeah, and then they left the one with a lot of questions. Who killed Ramo? Abi, what's his name?
I'm not even interested. I'm not feeling like, oh, who killed Ramon? Ramon is dead. I'm like, okay, he's dead. Let's move on. The movie ended. Anyway, so I think we already have our stance on a scale of tea to pepper soup, what it is, because it did not even come close to any of it, to be honest. For me, it wasn't tea, it wasn't pepper soup, it was just bleh. I really did not like that series. I feel like these days we've been doing a lot of review and less for movies that are just less than average. Guys, if you have any recommendations, save me from my misery. I keep watching all these trending things and they are not what's trending.
Yeah, these are the things we need to talk about, things that are trending, because it's trending, so it's hard to want to talk about it. But I feel like at the end of the day, well, off camera, I'll tell you some other nice things that we'll probably could talk about. But like you said, I don't really care for it. I don't think I would. Maybe just out of curiosity, I might, get into season 2. Like, okay, let's just
I
see
will
where
not.
this is.
My curiosity is not that deep.
There are some series that it's stupid. Just like those. So I'm so sorry
I
to
would-
say those
I
Indian
would-
movies that we watch on
Z-World,
Z-World.
those are like D-rated directors and D-rated actors. They are not like the A class, B class directors and actors. So obviously you're going to get that.
No, but what I mean is, as stupid as I knew a lot of them were, like 1 year, they haven't even gotten to like, the conclusion of something that's supposed to be like 10 months ago. I still want to see how it ends. I still wanted to know how it all, and then they keep dragging me in and in. I'm like, this is stupid, but I want to see it. This is stupid, but I want to see it. There's just something about, it's stupid, but you just want to.
I lose patience for those things in 2 seconds. I'm like, it's getting long. We are not getting anywhere. His car is passing, she's passing, they did not see. He walked into one place and all of a sudden she turns, they did not see. I'm like, oh, we are done. I am no longer watching. Let's change the channel, please.
I can't stand those series, and you know who dragged us into that. And after she dragged me into that in your house, I just couldn't stop. That one series, tomorrow, I don't know how, years later, I still don't know how that series ended. Sorry. I love you, Mom.
Hold on before I ask that, Mommy, I didn't end.
I left your house. I started that series before I got married. I got married.
I think it's still ongoing.
I gave birth. I continued. And we just never saw the end of it. Never. I just never saw the end of it.
And these are the days of our lives.
I tried. Now my husband, let's see how it ends. Let's see. And episode after episode just get more stupid. And what is more stupid is the fact that we still tune in.
No.
Why?
I am good. I don't tune in. I don't even know I have that channel.
That
Alright
is-
guys, that is it for this video. Let us hear your thoughts down below. If you do have any recommendation, please leave me even recommendation. Let's get it down in the comment section below. Yes, do not forget to smash the like button as it helps this channel a lot. Do subscribe to this channel, click the notification bell so you do not miss any more of our upload. And that is it for the review of Tiny Pretty Teens. It has been me, Jules, and Janet. So till next time, bye-bye.
They hit it hard. We followed my sister down the fire escape.
Beth, what are you doing?
She walked me around the block, filling my drunk and stupid head with the idea that we'd been out all night.
We had fun tonight, huh? Yeah. Drink too much, baby girl.